most important documents the student is going to need when they arrive to Spain, independently if they are European Union citizens or non-European Union citizens, are going to be three. The NIE, which is the permission that will allow you, the national coming from the state, that will allow you to legally live in Spain. Also, you're going to sign up with the local council, and finally, it would be in Italian. It would be a good idea if you sign up also with the Spanish social security system. For non-European Union citizens, it's not only important, it is a necessity to sign up with the Spanish state and to obtain the NIE. If you plan to live here for a period longer than 3 months, the NIE will have a validity of 1 year. Again, in order to apply for a NIE upon your arrival, you have to go personally to the office for foreign people, and there you have to apply for it. It's been a change in the system because now you have to go personally. Independently, if you're in Madrid or Barcelona, you need to go personally now and apply for it. And then when you are there in the office, depending on which city are you going to be living at, when you go personally there, they will give you an appointment when you can go and give the rest of the documentation that is required in order to get the NIE. Please, when you are here, ask again, because all the information we're providing you here regarding NIE is okay from March 2012 onwards. What I mean is that there has been many changes in the last months for this system. So the system has been steady for the last month from March 2012, but still there may be news in the system when the new course starts. The documents you're going to need for non-European Union citizens in order to get the NIE are basically your passport, original photocopy, the photocopy of the page where your face is, where your picture is, and also photocopy of the page where your visa is. Also, you're going to need 2 photos. Also, you're going to need the letter from the school explaining that you are a student here. Also, you're going to need to satisfy the taxation. The levy you have to pay is paid through the model 790. This model 790 you can download from the internet. The way you pay here is quite simple. Once it's downloaded, you fill in blanks. You go to your local or to any local banking branch from any bank. It's irrelevant. You pay cash. Last year you had to pay 17 euros. Check it out because it may have changed. They stamp you there in the local branch that it's satisfied, and this is the document you have to provide the day of your appointment. And finally, there's another file document you will be needing. It's called the model EX014. It's a model from themselves. You can pick it up the very day of appointment in the very office, and it's just 1 page. You fill in the blanks with your personal data, etc., etc. It's very simple, and you can satisfy it. There's nothing to do, just to sign up. Those are basically documents you're going to be needing in order to get your NIE. Well, hopefully it won't be the case, but it may be that there's a gap of time between the time when your visa is expired and your appointment for the NIE. If such is the case, I would advise you not to leave Spain. Why? Because even they allow you to get in the country you wish to visit within Europe or wherever, you may have a problem when you come back to Spain, because here the police border may say that actually your visa is expired and you don't have your NIE. So I would advise you against leaving the country if you don't have your NIE yet and your visa is expired. If your visa is still valid, therefore you are within the first 90 days from your arrival, usually it's multi-entry, and there's no problem, you can leave the country and come back if you wish to. What we call here empadronamiento is to register at the local council. Why is it important? It is important for several reasons. The first reason would be that it would provide you with a legal address in Spain. With this legal address, then you can go and demonstrate when you live in a particular place, then you can open accounts. It will require, in order to sign up a contract, it will be required if you want to register in other public authorities, etc. It is very important to bear in mind that the local council is independently from the rest of administrations, public administrations here in Spain. Therefore, you don't need to be actually not even legally living here in order to sign up at the local council. Also bear in mind that you're going to be needing the registration in the local council in order to apply for your NIE. Because how do you demonstrate that the Madrid or Barcelona office for foreign people you're going to is the office that should be considering your case? Well, you do that because you can register you're living in a particular address. Also, it is important to register up at the local council in order to demonstrate for how long you have been living in Spain. If your mid-term or long-term plans are to permanently be living here in Spain, you're going to be able to demonstrate from which moment in time you've been living here on a permanent basis. How do you do that? Through registering up at the local council. To register at the local council, it's something that is valid for up to 1 year. So if you were to be permanently living in this address for a period longer than 1 year, you will have to re-register after the first year is gone. But you may decide to change addresses within this year. This is no problem. The only thing that you have to repeat the process in the new place where you are moving to. Remember, please, that each address is dependent on a particular branch of the local council. Big cities like Madrid or Barcelona, they are divided in what we call councils, and then you have to go to the local council from which your new address is dependent, and then you repeat the process of registering up at the local council. In order to register at the local council, it is important to bear in mind that Madrid and Barcelona are big cities, therefore they are divided into councils, so you have to first check which council you are actually depending on. So each address will have a different council. You have to go and apply for the registration. How can you register? It is fairly simple. Someone who is already registered in that particular address can allow you anybody. It doesn't need to be the owner or the tenant or the main tenant. Anybody who is already registered in that apartment, in that address, can allow you to register up. Please bear in mind that there's a limit of 15 people. This is important because in apartments that are usually rented for students, there's quite a turnover of the students. And many of them forget to sign down once they are gone. You may be in the case where this 15 people limit is complete. Also, please bear in mind that the registration is valid for 1 year. If you plan to live there for longer than 1 year, you have to be registered. It is very simple. How do you physically do it? It is quite simple. Again, you go to the office where you're dependent on. There, usually they give you an appointment for the very same day. If not, they will give you an appointment for the day after. They have a model. You'll have to provide a photocopy of your passport, ID, or NIE if you already have it. The passport, Spanish ID, or NIE of the person who's allowing you to be registered in that particular address. Changing addresses is not a problem in order to register up in a new address, because basically you have to repeat the steps you have done in the first time. You go to the new local council and you sign up exactly the same way, and they usually automatically sign you down for your previous address. Please remember to do that, because as I explained before, registering in the local council is the way for you to demonstrate to keep track of the time you've been living on a permanent basis in Spain, and that's important for future legal steps you may wish to take. So every time you change to new addresses, it doesn't take time. Go back to local council and again register up. Okay, social security, as in Spain, as in many other developed countries, there's a social security system. Under this system, workers basically help each other. It's an assistance system. It is important, even if you're a student, that you register up. Why? Because you may decide to make practices at the end of your studies here, to go through some traineeship or some internship, and in that case you're going to need to be registered at the Social Security and to have a Social Security number. If not, the company in which you wish to do your internship won't be able to have any kind of relationship with you. To register in the Social Security in Spain is fairly simple. There are offices which are dependent in big cities like Madrid or Barcelona. The name of these offices in Spanish is Tesorería General de la Seguridad Social. Then you have to check in which one you are dependent. Again, depending on your address, you have to go to one office or the other. There's been some changes in the system. I may advise you now, because in previous times, not until so long ago, in order to sign up, or you could go to any of these offices and you didn't your NIE. All you needed was your passport. But lately they've been more stringent, and then they're asking you for your NIE, and they're asking you that this is actually the office you have to go to because of your address. However, because we're still in a, let's say, transition period, I would advise you to not to wait and to try to go with the passport to any office, because they may still have the old system, and they will allow you to sign up and have the number. And once you have your NIE, then you come back and you provide them with the information. And please don't forget to do that, because they will need to be updated. So my personal piece of advice, not to wait, try to do it first hand when you come here, and get it out of the way. If not, you'll have to wait until your NIE is ready.